What's up, guys? Yes, it is I, Houdini. That's right, I am the Magic Flyer, guys. And I'm on my way to go see Joe Politi. Yes, the Eastern Assassin. That's what they call him, guys. He dominates here in Eastern Long Island. And unbelievable results that this guy gets each and every week at my club. And so I want to go check him out and see what he's got what he's got, you know? Let's check it out. Stay tuned. Houdini style. Hey guys, how you doing out there? I'm Houdini, the magical, yes guys, I am the magician. I am the bird magician. But right next to me is the Renaissance man. This guy has been a winner for so long. I have the pride and joy to introduce the one and only Joe Politi from Long Island, New York. How you doing, Joe?
Good. Good.
Very good. All right. So thank you so much for inviting me into your home. Guys, I have some beautiful things to show you today. And I'm lucky to have this opportunity. It's the first of many. But, you know, Joe is a person who's been successful, I'd say, for over 40 years, right?
Oh, yeah, well over.
Well over 40 years. And, you know, it's really interesting to see, you know, you're located in Long Island, New York, but what would you say? You're more towards the center of the island. Where are you located exactly?
Pretty much in the center.
In the center of the island. Okay, so, and you also fly for the ISL, right? The
Islip Homing Pigeon Club.
Islip Homing Pigeon Club. All right, so guys, this guy right here, okay, one of the reasons why I've come over here is not only that he's a great guy, but he's a winner. And you know, if you want to be the best, you have to really hang out with the best. And so, as a new flyer myself, you know, as a new pigeon flyer myself, I understand that, you know, being around people that are quality can help you excel a lot better. And so that's why I'm lucky to have this opportunity and learn some gems from Joe Politi. So Joe, when did you start racing homing pigeons?
Oh, it had to be 1976.
1976.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so 1976. How many years? That was that 40.
47 years.
47 years. Wow. So guys, almost 50 years this guy's been flying. And when I tell you he's been winning, guys. I took a look at his trophies in the back there. He's got trophies from the 80s. All right. This guy dominates. And one of the things that really intrigues me about Joe is the fact that he has this, you know, not only is it that his birds come in first, second, third, but he tends to get multiple birds on a drop. And so that's one of the hardest things for a lot of flyers to achieve. And he dominates. You know, when I was first starting here in Long Island and I started racing pigeons, you know, I've heard comments like, oh, you're going to fly out of that club. You're never going to beat Joe Politi. You know, that guy's just amazing, you know. So that's the reputation that he has. He's a winner, guys. And so he has a system, but there's also a lot of other things that are involved in that system. Now, here's the thing I want to share with you guys is that he's not on the line. And what exactly is the line?
Well, the line is, you know, Sunrise Highway, the Long Island Expressway. I'm like in between them, you know.
So what I interpret as the line is basically when the birds come in from Staten Island, they're all coming in kind of in that one, you know, that one area, which is usually over towards the South Shore.
Yeah, they seem to come out of the southwest, but I like to try to keep them a little off from them, but it's hard sometimes because there's a drag.
Right, and so that's where it makes it a little tricky, guys. He is not on the line; he's off the line. Okay, so his birds have to work a little harder to get over towards more of the north side. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And so that's incredible. You know, as my birds, they come up one route with most of the pack of birds. His have to actually cross over, and that's really impressive because not only do they have to fight the wind, but you know, it's also a matter of intelligence, right? They have to know when to break. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys, that, you know, he's not on an easy track. He's on the hardest track of his club. Am I correct?
Pretty much.
Stop it. All right, real quick, guys, I just want to go over this, and I made this little diagram. I know it's a little crazy, but I just want to bring some clarity as to what I was talking about in regards to the line. All right, so when the birds are coming in from either New Jersey or Pennsylvania, which will be back here, all right, and they go over the Staten Island, this is Staten Island right here, guys. When they go over the Verrazano Bridge, you want them, most of the time, you want the birds to hold that bridge. Birds are very weird about crossing water, and they'll use landmarks. Most of the time, it's bridges. They like to use those to feel a little more safer. All right, that's something that they fear. They fear going over water. So when this is a very crucial area, this Staten Island area is a very crucial area. And sometimes when the wind is blowing in, a good strong southwest wind will push them over to the side. So as they're coming through Staten Island, a lot of times, if they don't maneuver or fight their way over to keep themselves on the south shore, okay, they can wind up crossing, all right? And if they cross, what winds up happening, they wind up in Connecticut, all right? And a lot of people lose their birds, and by the time they realize they're lost, all right? And to cross this water, again, it's their biggest fear, and by that time, they're exhausted, and for them to cross this, it's not gonna happen. You lose a lot of birds in Connecticut, all right? What I think Joe, okay, and I have not confirmed this, but I think he tends to train in this area right here, all right? Because he wants his birds to really be familiar with this area, because this is a crucial part, all right? A lot of times, it all depends on the wind. Sometimes you get winds that blow straight east, they'll blow them home, all right? Sometimes you get winds that come, on a southwest, but it all depends. But most of the time, the wind is coming in from the coast, all right? It's pushing over. And that's why it's a little bit harder for Joe, because as his birds come up, even if they get pushed over, they still have to work their way back over. And it takes a lot more strength, all right, for them to get back and push against the wind. All right, my birds, if they hold the line, would be great, would be these two areas right here. Sunrise Highway in the yellow, or the Southern State Parkway, okay, which is the orange. But again, same thing for me. If the wind is really strong and it pushes them over, they have to work their way back in, okay? And that makes it very difficult. And so that's part of what I wanted to explain as far as the line, guys. Also, on this side of the island is the Northern Long Island Pigeon Club, all right? This is the NLI. These are totally different pigeon flyers that compete on this side, okay? So this is the split. The LIE, the Long Island Expressway, is the split. Anything over on this side would be you're part of the Southern Long Island Club. Anything over here, you're the Northern Long Island Club, all right? So hopefully I brought some clarity to that, guys. Let's get back to it.
Guys that are more north of me, and sometimes they do well too. It all depends.
Okay, and I can see what you're saying, but what I was trying to explain to the viewers and people that are watching this is that your location is the hardest location to win races, and for our club, and you seem to dominate each and every week. What would you say are the key aspects of why you're so successful?
Well, a family of birds. If your birds are all related, sooner or later, when they all start coming into condition, you can't beat a family. They're all going to be almost in that same shape, and it's going to be hard to beat the birds that are in a family of birds.
So family is key. Then you're saying, all right, and I could see that, because as a new flyer, guys, I'm trying to develop my family right now, and that's really something that takes how long do you think?
Well, it takes long, but you have to have them, and when you mate your birds, you get best to best. You keep the best to best, or you buy champions. Like I went out and bought all AU champions. You can't go wrong with that,
Okay, when you say AU champions, what are those exactly?
Well, in the AU, if you could be a champion, and they're all champions, old and young birds.
Okay.
So they're winners in both old and young bird races.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's a combination.
Yeah. So AU champions, that's pretty good.
Right. Absolutely. So when so you want accredited birds that have won, basically. You don't want anything that maybe
all related to them, or brothers and sisters to them, and you just have to weed out the best ones. You can't just keep them. Oh, it was a brother of this one, or a sister to this one, and they might not do anything, but you just in a few years you'll get a family of birds.
That works for you. So so you're recommending basically only keep the best. Were you very strict with that?
Right.
You know, I've noticed, you know, and one thing when he's at the club, guys, I've noticed a lot of his birds, they look like, I mean, they all look identical. It's just amazing. I mean, the proportion, the body style, it's just really amazing to see that they all look like twins. Now, do you inbreed?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll inbreed some. Sometimes father and daughter, and then you'll cross them out with you know, with another line. You know.
Okay. Now, okay. So another question that I have is I noticed when I was saying that, you know, a lot of his birds look like twins. For some reason, Joe, is this possible? Maybe it's my misunderstanding, but you only fly blue bars. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason why?
No, I breed them like that, and I you know, occasionally I'll get a pencil or something, but basically they all blue bars.
Interesting.
But in some of the pedigrees, there's some blue checkers and pencils in the pedigrees.
Okay. Now, do you think now is there for you, is there like a difference as far as like or let's say for instance, if you get a blue checker, will you keep it, or you just decide that you only like blue bars?
I'll let you know when I get one.
Okay. So that's wild. So you're basically, your birds are down to actually breeding blue bars. That's all pretty much, and it's very rare that you ever get one. Now, how do you feel about flying white homers? Or should I say light colored birds, reds, silvers? What do you think about those?
I think the hawk likes them better, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's because they're kind of like that light color, the light color. They say that a lot of times when they hawks, you know, when they go for their prey, they kind of go facing up, and when they look at the sky and it's blue, they lose track a little bit. It allows the bird possibly to get away. Yeah. But if it's white, there's contrast. If there's red, it's contrast. So I can see what you're saying.
Oh, I get a lot of splashes.
Okay, splashes.
You know, white flights and some splashes. And they do well also.
They do well. So okay, because when I first started flying, guys, I started primarily flying white homers, and I noticed, you know, not only was I losing a lot of them, they were also coming in a little bit they were coming in late. And so I think there is a little difference there. And I even noticed during the fall, as I was doing my training, I was actually, birds that were already trained, I was losing them. And these are white birds, guys. And I think it's because they get a little more aggressive, the hawks, and they can, you know, when they want them, they'll get them, whether hawks or falcons. And now we even have eagles, who knows, you know, but so you prefer the blue colored birds. All right. So that's important. Okay. So now your family of birds, what would you say your family of birds is good at? Are they short distance birds, middle distance, long distance? What are they?
Well, they're all around. They're all around pigeons.
All around pigeons.
Yeah.
Okay, so they do well with sprinting. Yeah. They do well with middle distance, and they do well with long distance. Very nice. And you are a flyer of the young birds, right, as well as old birds.
Yeah.
Very nice. How long have you been doing that?
Since 76.
76. All right, guys. So you already know the 47 years. That's unbelievable. Now, it was not in this location though. Has it been this long? Yep. Get out of here. Okay.
I started here. I'll probably just end here.
Wow. Okay, guys, that is incredible. I mean, when you take a look at the landscape in this yard, I mean, the loft, you're gonna be amazed. So we have a lot to show you guys. I mean, I don't want to take up any more of his time. This is the first of you know, another episode that we're gonna do with Joe. But I just want to let you know, guys, he is one of the best, and you know, it's all to be said. Even just coming over here, I learned something. So that's what it's all about: living and learning and staying around the best. All right. So Joe, I want to thank you for this short interview. We're gonna go around and check out your loft. All right. I'll give you the left. I normally would give you the right, but stay tuned for more, guys.
Right. These are the breeders. This here, you know what I do? I scrape the patio. And then I blow it. I blow all the crap into the grass. The grass always stays nice.
Yeah, this is nice. These are Belgium. Are these Belgium cages?
Yeah.
You got them straight from Belgium?
No, somebody gave them to me.
Oh, very, very nice. No, these are nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful loft, man. Oh, so all right. So we're gonna go feed the birds.
Yeah. And I made these. I bought this stuff from Granger.
This is nice.
I made a little. Oh, you see what I did? These come down.
Unbelievable.
I put these eyebolts in there and I drilled holes in them.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah. So that's what you do on race day. You actually
flip
them over.
Down. Yeah.
Now, do they flip all the way down or just?
They'll flip down straight, like. Yeah.
Down to the ground. Oh, nice. Unbelievable. Talk about, yeah, that's high quality right there, man. That's not no little screen.
Heavy.
A little heavy, right?
Yeah, but the windows can't blow them open, you know.
Nope. No, the wind's not gonna really do anything to that. And that's good. And it's pretty much self you know, it won't destruct.
No.
You know, so that you did a great job. It looks really, really good.
And if you get a little spot where, like, they get a little rush, you could get some galvanized spray can.
Right. Some oil.
Give a little shot.
Very, very nice.
And I put the lattice for the landing board because with the water coming down, instead of splashing onto the landing board and any droppings on there would be hitting, it would be
smart. So that, you know, so it's all basically, it's yeah, I can't really splash that much. That's really good, and it allows them to walk pretty freely as well.
A hawk grabbed one of my birds the other day in this thing.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, it's got, you know, it has a small opening where he can get his hands probably in there. But, you know, they got to be quick.
Just got him off guard.
Yeah, I can see that. They're quick.
Yeah.
They're very quick. But he was okay, though. He managed to get away?
Well, yeah, I gave it to a friend of mine in Jersey because he had a brother to this bird that got injured. And the brother won, the first race he put it in, he was first and fourth. And it just so happened that the bird I gave him stepped in a little later. So he was fourth. But then the following week he won. So that New Jersey combine is a pretty tough combine.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, that's something I've heard. It's a good race.
These are all my hens.
These are all your hens, just specifically
these are the
hens?
hens I'm gonna race.
Okay, so these are your racing hens for what? For all birds? All bird season. Yeah. And guys, look at this. This is what I told you. Blue bars, beautiful disposition. Look at the body profile on these birds, guys. Man, this is definitely just unbelievable. Whenever most of them are all diploma winners.
Right,
because you only keep the best.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, you wouldn't keep anything that's mediocre, anything that's, you know, gets sick easily. Like, you know, you know, what do you do when a bird gets sick?
It goes bye-bye.
Okay, so you take it. He goes to the chicken market, maybe. Okay, I see what you're saying. So basically,
if it gets sick, I just eliminate it.
Eliminate it because of the fact that it basically it could possibly get the rest of your flock sick.
Sure.
Right. So that's important. All right. Now I see what happens. So these gonna be. So is this called widowhood? Is what you're doing there?
Well, these are. Yeah, I have them separated. I'm gonna probably fly my old birds separated.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to fly them natural, but the coop smells, you know, natural because they're sitting on eggs. The drop, you know, it's got an odor in there, and I like it like this. With you keep them separated, and you don't get any smell in the coop.
Gotcha. No, that's the good strategies, guys. These are different strategies that people use. You know, I mean. Now we get to go into the, wow, look at this. Let me just adjust the lighting here. So this is where you keep your food?
Yeah, I just keep it back here, but most people would keep, what was the light in there?
It's up to you. I mean, we can see pretty nicely. I mean, everything is super clean. You can see it smells, I mean, it doesn't smell like birds at all in here.
Most people that would have all this room, they'd have it loaded with birds. You know, but you just can't keep a lot of birds, you know.
I mean, overcrowding is one of the reasons that birds get sick.
Forget about it. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
So you have a specific amount you're going to feed them right now, or just?
That's all they're going to get.
Nice. Okay.
Come on. Let it go in this section.
how many birds do you have in there? How many
Well,
hens?
it's like 19.
19 hens?
Yeah.
So 19 hens. That's good. What do you got there? A little grit?
Yeah, I'm just going to show them a little grit.
Okay, here we go. We got another section
And
here.
here's the boys.
Okay, so these are where the boys hang out. Very nice. So this is where the boys hang out.
Yeah.
So two nice clean sections, guys. It looks like you have some droppers over there.
Yeah, I had nowhere else to put them at, so I just left them in here with these guys.
That's cool. They're kind of rare to find these. Are these bullheads or what are they?
No, they have a lot of that blood in them, but they're rollers.
Rollers, okay.
My friend Jack, he's my buddy, one of my best friends, and he gave them to me, and they turned out to be pretty decent Chicos.
Nice.
And every night before I go to sleep, before I close up, I take these feeders off the floor.
So you remove the feeders every night?
Yeah, I don't like to leave them on the floor.
Okay. So your feeding schedule is what? Once a day or
Yeah,
just once a day? You keep them on a pretty strict diet.
Yeah, just give them once a day, better. Otherwise, they'll get too fat.
Okay, so okay.
You know?
So feeding twice a day is
Yeah.
ultimately can lead to them becoming overweight.
And it's better for you too, because you just stop after 12, 1 o'clock. You know, between 12, 11:30, 12, 1 o'clock. That's it. This way, you don't have to be putzing around with birds all day long. You know?
Right. No, makes sense. So once a day. Now that blend of feed that you're feeding them. What is that exactly?
It's just the purity.
So the purative
Yeah.
is a barley base. Is that what it is?
It's not a lot of barley. And sometimes I add some barley even to that.
Okay.
Because they were starting to get a little porky.
Okay. And how do you know when a bird's starting to get a little overweight?
Oh, when you'll know it once you got the feel for it. You know?
Okay, so that's something that you have to develop as a fancier a good.
But once they're flying, you'll really know the difference. You'll see they get a little bit more solid because of the muscle.
So does that mean that they're overweight if they're solid or?
No, I like to see them solid, but I like to see them, blown out, but lighter.
Okay, got lighter.
Yeah.
Now, and I've heard of a term called muscle bound. What is that? What is that exactly? That's not overweight, is it? Or is it too muscular?
No, I don't think they could get too muscular. I mean, it's not going to kill them to be muscular. The whole thing is, if they got too much weight on them, that's what. Even their insides are even fatter. I don't think they could operate,
efficiently.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so that's important to know.
And these guys all look the same too.
Yeah, I mean I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you got one with a little white on the head. I see what you're saying as far as sometimes they look. You might get one that's a little off, but primarily speaking, guys, when I tell you they all look the same, they really do. So, really funny to see. Really funny. Yeah, this is a good section. I like this section. Very, very nice. All right, let's check out the.
My young bird wall.
So, all right, let's check this out. This is nice. All right, we're rolling here.
It's almost 30 feet long.
It's huge. It's freaking huge. Hold on, Joe. Let me try to get a little more. Okay.
My son-in-law sent a couple of guys here the other day and put a new floor in it for me.
Oh my god! I mean, this floor is like next to none, man. This is like, guys, check out this floor. What the hell is this thing made out of? Looks like smooth
birch.
birch. This is
Half-inch birch.
Oh, this is awesome. This is a beautiful. This is beautiful. When you want to scrape, this is the best.
Yeah. And you still put underneath the perches. Always put those another a quarter-inch piece of plywood. Always put it on the floor because you'll help with the wear and tear.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can get a different angle. So stay right there. Let me see. This looks good.
Here, you can go from the other door.
I'm gonna take some from this angle so it catches a little bit from this angle as you're speaking. But and I'll take a little bit of that floor too, which is nice. So this is really impressive. So Joe, this is your what? Your flying loft?
This is my young bird loft.
This is okay. So this is your young bird loft.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is 30 feet long. You said this area?
Oh, it's from here down to the other end is 29 feet.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is talk about departmentalized, and I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but man, this is unbelievable. But really well put together. You know, for a guy who's been flying for 40 years, very modern. I mean, the floor is really on point. The perches look like they're they've been upgraded. And everything looks really good. You go to, sometimes you go to somebody's loft that's been flying for so long, and it looks like, kind of looks antiquated. You used to have a very modernized looking loft, and so that's really something to be said. Are you always upgrading? Is that how you?
Oh, yeah. This has been like this for years.
For years. Okay, so you just maintain. You're good at maintaining. Okay. And then the lofts. As far as the loft management goes, do you clean every day? How's it work?
No, I don't clean every day, but sometimes like when I'm racing, maybe I'll clean underneath the perches.
Underneath the perches, okay.
It never smells in here because of the floor. I have electric underneath there.
Okay, so you heat underneath here?
Yeah, because the droppers never gets wet.
Okay, so it basically dries it up right away.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, guys. Yeah, this loft right here is. I mean, I breathe fresh air.
I got all my fans. I have all.
Oh, you have fans up here. Okay, I see. You have an exhaust fans. Oh wow. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. This you said. You have exhaust fans up on top. I see. That's another thing. Are they temperature regulated? How's that work exactly?
No, they got they got a thermostat on them, but I also have jumpers on them. I have jumpers on them in case I'm cleaning and it makes dusty.
Right. Okay. So you always keeping that air quality very good here.
Even closed, I'm always getting air from down my bottom windows and up to the ceiling.
Gotcha. So there's ventilation that's coming in from down here, guys. I don't know if you can see, but yeah. So these are louvers you can open and close basically.
Yeah, jowls.
Very nice. And that's what they're called, jowl.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. That is really, really good.
And these will come out. All my perches come out like this.
Unbelievable. That makes it more efficient to clean as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe.
Although I haven't been cleaning to myself that much.
You also, Joe. So you guys know, Joe actually has someone that loft manager that comes in and cleans, his loft. But that's another great thing. Cleanliness is also very important as well. Would you say, Joe?
Yep.
It's part of the whole, I guess, recipe of being a winner. What would you say are the three main musts that you must do in order to be high quality?
You got to clean the coop at least once a week.
Okay. So cleanliness is important.
The perches I like to do every day.
Okay.
Once I have them, all them. Well, when I accumulate all my young birds,
right.
Make sure I do the perches every day. But it's not necessary to do the floor.
Okay, it's not necessary to do the floor. All right, now, so that's number one. What is this? What's two more you can give me that you have to do in order to at least stand a chance? So cleanliness is important. What about the feeding? That's another one.
Feeding, you have to have good feed.
Okay, good quality food.
And you have to know how much to feed them.
There you go. That's another system in itself as well. And what would you say would be the last one?
Well, the last one.
The last one would have three important things that you have to have in order to be a good racer.
Well, you have to train.
A good trainer. Okay. Yeah. So you have to be a good trainer.
Yeah.
All right. So I should have given you more because because that's a good one. So feeding, cleanliness. What was the other one, Joe? Feeding, maintenance, and training, as well as high quality what?
Oh, you need the birds.
You need to have high quality pigeons. So you can do all that, but if you don't have the right pigeons, it's still going to be stuck there.
Yeah, you're stuck.
All right. And guys, we have to see a lot of his accomplishments because, I mean, when I tell you he has multiple birds on the drop, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You'll see it, on the paper, and you'll see it with the awards. And so I can't wait to show you guys that little tour as well. Didn't need it all? So Joe, how long do you let them eat for? How long do you?
Well, if they didn't want to eat, if they didn't eat by now, the hell with them.
So you give them what, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And now do you do the same thing with your young birds as well?
No, the young birds, naturally once they're flying and everything, I give them a certain amount of food, and they'll just eat it. They'll just eat it, and there won't be anything left.
Gotcha.
Now,
do you measure?
And if you start leaving the food there, and it's still food in there, then you overfeed them.
Gotcha. All right, so that's a good strategy right there to know.
Yeah.
Okay. And the same thing with the young birds. Once a day, you only feed them.
Once a day.
Nice. Okay, that's good to know. Very good to know.
See, these birds will leave some food, but once these birds start flying, they're not gonna leave no food.
They're gonna need everything they can get. So Joe, what do we have here?
Oh, these are all the breeders.
All your breeders?
Yeah.
How many breeders would you say
These
you have?
are Gannis. See that bird? That's like a Gannis. That's got a Gannis in it. It's a topo, and then the other ones are Gabby Vanderbilts.
Gabby birds. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the Gabby birds are from. Those are from Belgium.
They're down from out of John Malls and Evans.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Malls and Evans.
I got out of the best birds from him.
Nice. Now, do you reach out to them personally? Do you go straight to the source?
My friend that's friends with me for like over 50 years, my friend Danny Bonagorio, he hooked me up with this gentleman, and another guy in Florida, Ken Hardy, that he bought a lot of John Mall's birds, and then I got them.
Nice. And would you say it was a good investment?
Oh yeah.
So it's really important. I mean, so even though what would you say? I mean, you spent a lot of money, obviously, in the thousands, or?
Oh, it's always in the thousands.
Always in the thousands. Okay. Okay, so it's an investment basically.
Yeah.
But you would you say you've made your money back?
Oh God. Yeah, I think so. I have all through the years. I've every kind of pigeons that I've had, I've won with. I had Husky Van Reels. I had about the best that there was around. I had them. I was winning with them. I was hard to beat. And then later on, I got pigeons from D&M Loft, Gannis, and I did well with them also,
How many birds would you say are in your family as far as
There's I have some topos in there, and I have Gabby Vanderbilts.
Gabbies?
Yeah.
Those are very sought after birds.
Yeah.
And the I recently just sold a bird for you. That was a Gannis.
That was a granddaughter of Mona Lisa and Rudy. And Rudy was down out of Gabby Vanderbilts.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it still comes out of the lineage. Okay, from that bird. And that bird went in.
And I have a daughter from that hen that, if she was mated to that cock that was just here, I got a Hall of Fame winner out of that mating.
Gotcha. Hall of Fame. Wow, that's a pretty prestigious award.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. That's pretty hard to get. Yeah. Now, was that a long distance? What was that?
That was a Young Birds Hall of Fame winner.
Oh, Hall of Fame. Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Now, what was the distance on that?
It was clocking, so many races.
Oh,
so
okay. So Hall of Fame basically is almost like a combine. It's like a combine. Because I've heard of somebody. I was trying to purchase birds off of. He's like, I'm a Hall of Fame winner.
Yeah.
I didn't really know exactly.
Well, I sold the bird. I mean, you know,
You want
and,
to sell
and
the
like
bird?
anything else. I mean, it's just an egg.
Right.
You know, so I just you got if you're going to sell birds, you got to sell some good ones. You know, because what's the sense? You know, you sell birds that aren't worth anything. It's just you just you're breaking the cycle. You're breaking the wheel. I'll show you these guys.
Let me just adjust for lighting real quick. Because my lighting is. All right, so this is your breeding loft, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, this is where the magic happens. Over there, we just witnessed birds that are going to be flown for the Oprah season, and this is it right here, guys. This is where we're at in the breeding section.
These birds will all be I'll be grabbing, vaccinating them.
Okay.
These babies up here, I'll be vaccinating them and put them into the young bird loft next week.
Nice. Okay. So you have young ones already, or pretty much there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we got to check that out.
All of these guys will be getting in there. They'll all be going over next door by the end of the week. This is where I don't want to go, John. This is a son out of John Mull's, his best birds, 50. And here, this is a daughter out of an AU champion, Sonador. And that's...
So everything that you have here are all the pairs that you have over in that direction over there?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you keep it very organized. You know exactly who's
who.
Gotcha.
I'm not computerized, but I write everything down. And these are all going on the babies that are in those that are just hatching now. Smoky blue. You see that one?
The smoky blue all the way at the ends?
That one.
That's here in the corner.
These are all Gabby Vanderbilt's, but that one here is a cross. But I didn't sell her because I want those crosses, those couple of crosses. You know?
Right. No, that makes sense. So now, real quick, I just want to ask you about the eye sign. Do you really take note into eye sign? Do you think that's
I don't really know anything about eye sign.
Eye sign? Okay, yeah, because
I never did, but I know guys that they swear by it.
Yes, I mean, you see some people with monocles. They'll literally look into the nucleus of the eye.
Like a jeweler's.
Like a jeweler's, yeah. They pop in there. But I mean, I noticed that all your birds have, they have really prominent eye signs, very deep, almost like orangey type of reddish eyes.
Yeah, you know what happens? A lot of guys look at it, and then the birds aren't going to be any good. Let's say, with the eye sign, and so you'll have a whole bunch of birds in your coop with beautiful eyes, and they're not probably good. They're not going to be any good racing birds or breeding birds. So I mean, I never.
Performance is not there. A beautiful eye doesn't mean it's going to give you beautiful performance.
Right.
Gotcha.
But a lot of guys look at the eyes and they say, "Oh, they love this bird or love that bird."
From my studying, basically the eye sign can affect the way that the sun reflects off the eye and allows them to see a little farther. I think that's one of the advantages, I guess, depending on the day.
Yeah.
They say on a brighter day you want a bird with a darker eye. On a lighter, I'm sorry, I think it's the opposite. I think on a brighter day you want a bird with a darker eye, and then on a lighter day you want something with like an opal, like a
what, for racing? For racing?
They say that could be an advantage for them to see better.
I wouldn't know.
It just allows them the peripheral vision allows them to see a little bit better, depending on the sun. But performance is basically that's your go-to no matter what.
Yeah.
That's important. Okay. Very important. You're giving them grit right now?
Yeah, they have grit.
Okay. Is that what's in it, or that's just regular feed?
Oh no, that's some feed.
Okay. So what are you going to ultimately do with these hens, these extra hens?
Well, I'm going to sell maybe 4 or 5 of them, and then I'm going to keep that crossed one, cross, and and that's it. And that's it. I mean, I got to take one of those cocks that I have on my race team that was injured, and I didn't even think it was going to make it, but now he looks like $1 million, and it's right out of it's out of 2 AU champions. So I'm going to take that cock and I'm going to mate it with one of these.
Gotcha. Very nice.
I got a little spot here for it.
Okay, there it is, all set up and ready. That's a nice little. Talk about my boxes. I think measure about 15 inches, 15 by like, I don't know, I think it's 18 by 12. I mean, this is like 3 feet. It looks like. So they're definitely gonna have some room in there. This is awesome. And guys, one thing I really do notice about him is that he doesn't really have a packed loft. I mean, for such a big loft, he really doesn't have a packed loft. What is one of the advantages of not really overcrowding your birds? Do you find
They get better air.
better air quality?
Yeah.
Okay. Better air quality.
And the dust and everything. Oh, it's just
And what give me one more advantage you think?
well, the ventilation.
Better ventilation. Yeah. Okay.
Look, like in this breeding coop, I have 2 of those big fans up there. I don't really leave it all wide open in the winter, because otherwise it'll get too cold in here.
Okay. Now, do you believe in giving them baths during the winter? You do.
Yeah.
Okay. Because right now it's about 40 degrees. What would you say would be the temperature that you would be okay with?
I would give them a bath. I would give them a bath today.
Okay.
But I'm a little lazy today.
Okay. All right. No worries. Well, we're busy. You're a little busy today, actually, with me coming by.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate you taking the time actually out to do this interview. I would say it's about 40-something degrees, but in here it's a little warmer.
Yeah. Well,
Why
the
is
sun's
that?
hitting. Well, the sun's coming in these windows here now.
Okay.
So it's really heating it up. And then when I come in here in the morning, sometimes it's really, really cold. I come in my pajamas. I'd be freezing myself. So I got this little propane heater. I put this on, and then it just warms up my legs.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. That's.
But I'll never walk out of the coop
and
leave it on.
Okay, gotcha. That's just personal, just to keep you.
Just here when I'm here.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. No, they do little things that make pigeon being a pigeon fancier better. Because you do have to weather the elements, and it's tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do have a winter here in New York. Now, would you say that your line of birds do really well in cold weather and warm weather?
Well, I don't know. Young birds, it starts getting colder at the end of the season. It's all the same. It's all the same. Old birds I did pretty well, and it was cold. It was pretty cold in the old birds last year.
So they're well rounded then, basically.
Yeah, I don't think it matters as long as you're giving them enough food. It has enough corn in it.
So did you construct this loft yourself?
Oh yeah, I built this coop.
Wow. Okay, this is a pretty big monstrosity.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's 68. I think it's 68 feet long.
68 feet. Wow, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, how long do you think it did take you? It must take you some long time.
I didn't. I had it. Well, I had. It was one loft, and then I got a building permit and built another one.
Oh wow.
And then we connected them.
Gotcha. Okay, so it was two. It was basically two combined.
Yeah.
And I did really a great
And
job.
then I had a flat roof on it years ago. But then my wife said she didn't want me doing any more buildings, so we hired. Before I met my son-in-law, before I met him, we got a contractor and he put the top roof up.
And that came out really nice, beautiful angle. Now, do you find that birds land on the top of your roof or no?
No,
they don't. And what is the reason why?
But I have aluminum in the front, on the roof. Before, when I had regular shingles, they were landing on it. So that's ridiculous because they land on that first, and then by the time they get on you'd never win a race.
It was time. Yeah, and time is important. Time is of essence.
Yeah.
No, that's a great strategy. So you see the aluminum they slide off of it.
They won't even go near it.
Nice. Quite nice.
Every night, I take my waterers, I throw them in the sink. And then in the morning, I take them, I rinse them all out.
Smart. I mean, that's one of the benefits to having a sink. I mean, you know what I'm saying, off the premise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't bring them in the house. And it really
People
just
do
makes
it. Some guys do it in their kitchen sink. Their wife yells at you.
Yeah.
I knew guys. I knew one guy. You know the guy. One time, the poor guy, he was doing it in his kitchen sink, and then these waterers. Sometimes they open up. So he walks out of his kitchen. He walks across his living room, and the thing opens up. Water and everything, all in the carpet.
Oh God. Especially carpet, forget it. Any rug, that'll absorb it all.
And he was.
Yeah, that's tricky. It's one of the. I mean, listen, that's one of the things that I'm working on trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Get a sink outside. I think that's really something that, you know what I'm saying, it's next to nothing. It really just makes a difference. It's hard in the winter, especially here in New York.
Yeah.
And one of the issues with that is that
They freeze.
If the hoses freeze, so I mean, I'll do it as long as I can with the hose.
Yeah, but guys, what guys have is they have these faucets that go underneath the ground, and it opens down in the ground, so they never freeze.
Yeah,
and they drain off.
That's what we got. Yeah, that's an investment I got to make, definitely.
Yeah.
Going forward. That's so funny. So Joe, where the heck are we, man?
My garage.
We are in your garage, but this garage is like a museum. I mean, I tell you when I tell you it's a museum, it really is. It's all. I mean, all his accomplishments. I mean, really, if you look very carefully, I mean, he's got accomplishments after accomplishments after accomplishments all over here. I mean, sheesh, this is unbelievable. It even goes. I mean, you were just telling me that you had more. Your wife wanted you to get rid of some.
Well, she threw out all the regular stand-up trophies.
The stand-up trophies she threw away? Oh man, okay, but you know what? You're still collecting more, because over here I just saw that you have 2022. This is what accomplishment is this right here, Joe? This one right here that you could say the homing pigeon 2020 young bird. What? This is a big plaque. What the heck is this?
Which?
The one right here. This one right there. What is that there? It says 100 mile special, 250 mile club, 150 mile special, and special average speed.
Yeah, well, because I didn't ship the first race. So I couldn't win average speed.
Gotcha.
But I won champion loft.
Nice.
For the IF.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Very, very nice. And then you have right next to it, you have another 2022. This one is what, specifically for old birds?
Yeah.
Oh, so these are your two biggest, newest accomplishments. All right, so that's tell me a little bit about this, because this is a lot going on in this one.
Average speed overall, and average speed for the club, and the 150, two 150s I won, a 250, and a 300, and a 500.
It's incredible. That is incredible. I mean, listen. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, you have trophies up here, over there, everywhere I would look. There's trophies, guys. All right. So Joe. So we see a lot of. I see a lot of, like, I see a lot of plastic jars around here, but I'm curious to see what's inside that cabinet there, because I know for us young flyers, it's very, we don't know sometimes what to give our birds, and I think there's you should have some type of, you should have medicines just in case. I'm assuming there's medicine inside that cabinet. Am I right?
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Okay. There we got apple cider vinegar. Okay, we got some good stuff in there. So you do believe
but
it?
the main thing is, once you find that, you have to know what's wrong with your birds, and then you have to buy the right medicine and medicate them.
Stop right there, Joe. This is for my new flyers and people that are not so familiar with pigeon diseases. I'm going to go over a few common ones that happen and diminish racing performance. So real quick, this is one that's very important. It's called pigeon coccidia. All right, that's similar to worms, and basically what coccidia is it's an internal protozoan parasite that's found in pigeons and causes diarrhea, loss of nutrient depletion, weight loss, weakness, and ultimately diminishes racing performance. Coccidia is a microscopic organism, so you will not be able to see it. Regular dropping exams by a vet is recommended, and I actually know a pigeon flyer that sends out his dropping samples to a vet to ensure the pigeon does not have an abundance of coccidia. Despite small amounts of protozoans being acceptable, if your pigeon has coccidia and loose droppings, that's one of the most common indications of coccidia. To prevent this disease, a dry loft is a must. Moisture is the culprit. When needing to medicate, what I use is liquid endocox. I administer it at 4 cc's per 1 gallon for 2 days. And if you can find something that's similar medication that can work, that's acceptable as well. Now, the next one you need to know about, guys, is canker, also known as trichomoniasis. About 80% of the birds suffer from canker. Canker is a one-cell organism, or should I say a parasite, that affects the crop of the bird, causing a cheese-like film to develop in the throat, ultimately causing a secondary infection, which left untreated can kill the bird. Birds that have canker can be treated in doses of dimetrazole as well as rodonazole, as well as other types of canker treatments. All right, guys, let's talk about when a bird has an eye infection. I recommend the terramycin, the cream base, as well as a liquid, Dr. Andrews drops, and that prevents any or deters any type of eye infection or treats any type of eye infection. Those are the two I use. Insect control, yes, and when they get mites, a lot of times you're gonna need something to get those mites off of their feathers, because they are draining, believe it or not. They do suck some of the blood out of the birds and can create cracks or holes in the feathers, which ultimately compromises the feather quality. So having something that can kill lice or mites is a must. For my new flyers, guys, if you're interested, there are all-in-one, killers. So for instance, this is I have a 5-in-1. It kills canker, E. coli, parathyphoid, cocci, and also kills worms. And if you don't want, that one, they have ones that are 4-in-1. So it helps you, it helps eliminate, especially for my new guys out there, what it could be. It knocks everything out at once. Does it put a little more strain on the system, on their liver? Yeah, I would say it does. So, if you can diagnose it properly and give them the direct dose for what they need to be treated for, then, that's not a bad thing as well. So, I'll leave it up to your judgment, but we'll keep it going with Joe. Joe,
you know what you might get,
right?
So it's good to have your ammunition there,
right? Just in case
to hit it right away.
Gotcha.
You get it early, you'll be right on. You'll stay on top.
All right, guys. So I want to thank you so much. For watching this and allowing. I want to thank Joe for allowing me to come to his house. And, just seeing his accomplishments keeps me inspired and makes me want to be somebody like him one day. And, I'm understanding the dynamic and everything that goes into being a top flyer. And, I'm just so grateful to be here today and view all these accomplishments. And really, the key is you want to be the best, guys. You got to hang with the best. And this is Joe Politi, guys. Don't forget his name. He's a dominator here in Long Island, New York, Eastern Long Island. And he's been dominating since the 80s, and here he is today, 2023, still dominating. All right, so I want to thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you again, guys. We'll do another. I guess when we start racing, maybe we'll do something a little different. We'll maybe showcase some of his young birds. But it was great. So thank you so much, guys. Keep watching. So this is another one right here?
Yeah.
So what is this, 11 birds?
Yeah, that was the second race of the season.
Second bird from last year?
Yeah, I didn't ship the first race. That was the first race I shipped.
Ah, you didn't ship the first one. That's right, you spoke about that.
If I would have shipped the first race,
shit.
I would have won I would have won average speed.
Oh my God, yeah, I could imagine. This is a young bird race too, right?
Yeah, this was the first
young bird race.
I'll lower it a little.
Oh, that's perfect.
So you get it all.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I shrink it a little.
This is what they call true domination, though. Holy shit! Am I in there? Let me see. I didn't ship the second. This is when you done.
I think this was an old birds. Let me look. Old birds, yeah.
Yeah. Always on the sheet.
And this hen also, this one and this one, 175 landed on the little lander board. 2090 landed on the young bird screen. I kicked her over there, and then I got the rest of them all. You see?
Yep, and they all came in. That's what they call
Can't drop
domination.
it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Sefrin. He had a decent race. Brookdale and this guy, and then Corsetti got a bird in there. I was fourth, but then I all of a sudden, bing, 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 I get a shitload.
Known as the Eastern Assassin for years, Joe continues to be at the top of his game, featuring hundreds of winning plaques and trophies, and continues his success, winning top futurity races and club combine average speed. He has won the prestigious NSBR back-to-back. He wins numerous races each season, not with just one bird, but clocking multiple birds in the top 20. I recommend you check out the 2022 two-page spread in the Racing Digest as Eric Hall interviews Joe about his family of pigeons, vaccination styles, vitamins and minerals, as well as feeding preferences. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Keep them strong, fly them long, Houdini style. To reach Joe Politi regarding his racing bloodline, young or old, feel free to contact